The sensoriums might hold a memory of mine, or someone who might have remembered me and may be able to tell me by viewing that how I came to be. So we should probably try to get into them.
Done.
Time for another lecture.
I hear your words.
What?
A pleasure.
All right.
Death's Advocate. Sigilians, welcome. Take your seats and listen to the darks of which I speak. Darks? Give me a break. We're really not going to listen to this rattletrap, are we? Come on, let's go find some sensate chits that have never had the pleasurous sensation of tasting a fiery passion of a skull's lips. He waggles eyebrows in anticipation. Quiet down, Mort. We're staying. For a while, at least. He begins speaking with a somber tone. Death is what awaits you at the end of life's journey. Death is not an end, but a beginning. Mort whispers, beginning of more suffering. Nod the Mort quietly. For when you die, you shall not cease to exist. No, far from it. The outer planes shall welcome you to their breasts. There, a new life, one such as you have never known, awaits you. Mort whispers, that's for sure. Well, we just learned that's the case. Let's encourage him a little bit. You shall cast away the tattered cloak of this life and become one of the faithful, a petitioner. As a petitioner on this outer plane, your life's journey shall truly begin. If you have been a goodly sort of gentleman, steadfast in charity and goodwill toward your fellow bloods, perhaps a light blanketed slopes of Mount Celestia shall house you when you die. Your spirit shall pass on to this place, dwelling as a petitioner in the beauty of golden mornings, soft sunlight that caresses... Mort whispers, in eternal boredom. Let's keep listening. Perhaps you lived your life to betray others and get ahead, giving lies instead of truths, backstabbing others, all to accomplish your own goals. Cold, blood-red Carceri, the plane where all turncoats fall when they pass on, shall be the cage that imprisons you. As a petitioner on this plane, you shall live a life of treachery and treacheries, of lies and lying, knowing a life without trust. This is a really fascinating idea. I fail to see why anyone would want to be anything else but good. I suppose what people might, I guess, believe in temporary gain instead of long-term happiness? But you should be good to people because it's the right thing to do, not for any reward. Oh, okay, well, let's go on. Mort whispers, looks like we know where we both are going to end up when we die. Let's nod quietly. He hunches over, his eyes dart back and forth. And perhaps you have lived a life of bloodthirsty evil, contemptuous of your fellow man, laying others low, and doing as you please without a care for who or what you hurt. Then it is perhaps one of the lower planes, Beator, or the chaotic swirling layers of the abyss, that shall welcome you. Evil to the core are the spirits that come to this plane, and most are doomed to mindless cruelty and suffering or servitude in the dreaded Blood War. And that's if you're lucky. Let's ignore him, keep listening. No matter where you go, know this. You shall be embarking on a new life. A new life, my Sigilians. Mort whispers. And that's supposed to be an incentive? We get to do all this again? Gee, I can't wait to be a floating skull all over again. Whee! Pike 'em. What a tard. Spoken just like someone who hasn't died before, huh? Let's keep listening. You shall be able to start anew without the burden of memory of your past life. Your sole goal, if you will, he smiles his own humor, is to merge with this new plane that you are on, becoming one with the ideals and the very substance of the plane itself. You shall be one of the inhabitants, the petitioners on this plane, or, ideally, one of the building blocks upon which the plane is built. It is the goal of all petitioners. To accomplish this goal, you must must hold to your ideals. Mort whispers, oh, this is one big steaming load. I agree. What if you change your mind, or even change your heart? What if your view changes? As I've grown, my thoughts and ideas have changed. What I believed in has been altered, or I've changed my mind, etc., etc. So, okay, well, let's nod quietly to Mort for this one. Your ideals, good or evil, law or chaos, or somewhere in between. As you approach the alignment of the plane, your journey will end as you become part of the plane itself. 'Tis a glorious existence, my Sigilians. And that is what awaits you after death, my audience. Have a care as to how you live your life, but know that it is not oblivion that awaits you after this life. What wash! The speaker's head turns to face Mort, frowning slightly. He leans out, trying to see who spoke. A question? A question from one of the living, perhaps? Mort ducks below the lecturer's field of view, then turns and whispers, Go ahead, Chief. Tell him the dark of it. Yes, I have a question. He indicates for you to continue. Why do petitioners lose their memories? He raises an eyebrow. Many pardons? What? I said... Why do petitioners lose their memories when they die? He looks uncomfortable. Well, you know, who wishes to be burdened with such things as memories? The audience murmurs. But why do they lose their memories? He frowns, begins to say something, then stops. After a moment, he continues, choosing his words carefully. I imagine that it is because you must start afresh. Your petitioner's soul pure when you arrive on your new plane. And why should you have to do that, when all your life's experiences have determined what plane you end up on? He looks very uncomfortable. Well, he pauses. I don't know. That's not an answer. He becomes slightly angry. Do you have a better answer, my friend? Perhaps one you can share? The audience turns to face you. I don't remember where or when, but I seem to recall having heard that memories drift on the astral plane as memory cores. An audience member shouts out, He's right! The speaker turns to face the audience member. Well, perhaps he is. Well then, the question becomes, is a lifetime of memories more important than living a life again? Wow, what a great question. Would you rather have your memories, or would you rather start over? I guess it depends upon the life you've lived, and how happy or proud you are of what you've done. I can't imagine being any different than I am. And I would miss all my friends and some of the stuff I've done. I've also done some dumb things I can remember now that I'm trying to dwell on and things. But they've all made me who I am. Yes, it is, he says angrily. Then it's simple enough. Don't die, friend. The audience chuckles. Fair enough, devil's advocate. I have another question. He indicates for you to continue. What is a petitioner exactly? A petitioner is what you become when you arrive on this new plane after you have died. As a petitioner, you forsake memory and past life, focusing solely on your new one. And the goal of this new one is... He waits for a response from you with a smile. To merge with the plane. Very good. It looks as if some of my words actually have sunk into that skull of yours. The audience chuckles. That's fair enough. I like Devil's Advocate, although I don't think he knows what he's talking about very much. Or maybe he does. We just disagreed about the memory thing. I guess this explains the Lemures and Main's demons, or what have you. They are demons. They have no memory of their former selves. They were what they were, and now they live their new life. I guess with this in mind, you can live this life however you want. You don't remember your old life at all. You're now a demon, or I guess a spirit, or something of the sort, having no recollection of what you lived. Maybe not even an idea that there was any other world or existence outside your current one. I had another question. Can a petitioner die? He looks slightly uncomfortable with this. Well, yes. How? He looks a little more uncomfortable. Well, through any normal means, really. Great. Another death. Sign me up. There's laughter from the audience. The speaker looks angry. What happens when they die? He looks a little more comfortable. Well, merge with the plane. What if the petitioner dies on a plane other than their home plane? He looks very uncomfortable. Oh, well, then that is the end of life. There. But no petitioner wants to leave their home plane, friend. He looks around, realizing he's in a trap. To do so, would be oblivion should they die. Really? I guess that's a blessing, depending upon the type of petitioner you are, or where you ended up. I have another question for you. Explain alignment to me. Forgive me if I did not explain myself for all my listeners. Alignment is your spiritual leanings, good or evil, law or chaos. Alignment is the way you behave, and it is of consequence. The way you approach life decides your destination when you die. Right, fair enough. The Dustmen say that this life is where we end up when we die. The speaker chuckles diversively. Some members of the audience chuckle as well. There are countless petitioners, my friend. Dustmen among them. Who would disagree with Dustmen? Philosophy. Alright, that's fair enough. I don't believe them either. I just wanted to see what he would say. Tell me of the Blood War. Have you not heard of this, O clueless one? The war between the Batazu and Tanari? I do not have the centuries it would take to describe this conflict. Seek out another, for that is not what this lecture is about. Fair enough, we already know that information anyway. I wanted to ask about one of the planes you mentioned. Oh? Which? Tell me about Carcery. The prison plane, cold, brutal, and washed with red. Betrayers and liars make their home there. It is said that the Titans were imprisoned there when they were hurled from Olympias, he gestures dramatically. But you should seek out someone more knowledgeable on the planes than I. Sure, but I'd still like to hear about all the ones you mentioned. Tell me about Mount Celestia. Mount Celestia, a plane of eternal good and faith. He claps his hand together in prayer. Where devas fly the skies. Archons rule with honor and nobility, the very model of goodness, he smiles. But you should seek out someone more knowledgeable on the planes than I. Fair enough. Tell me then about the Abyss. A plane over 600 layers of festering chaos and evil, home to the fiendish Tanari, he gestures dramatically. But you should seek out someone with more knowledge in planes than I. Alright, one more. Tell me about Beator. Oh, or even... I can ask about Carcery again. The 9-regimented plane of lawful evil. He chuckles and gestures dramatically. Home to the fiendish Batazu. Sign a contract with them, and you'll be wrapped in their chains of intrigue for life. He smiles. But you should seek out someone more knowledgeable than I. Alright, fair enough. One more question for you. What if someone can't die? He laughs. Nonsense. Everyone dies, friend. Even gods die. But suppose that someone can't die. Well then, based on what I've said, he would never reach the outer planes and never become a petitioner. Huh. Alright, fair enough. Can you prove that what you say is true? Eh? The lecturer looks taken back. And how might I do that? Never mind. I'm not going to threaten to kill him. No more questions for you. Well, if there are no more questions... Get ready to leave. Then I shall take my leave for now. I shall continue to lecture here in the hall, and perhaps in years hence, I shall meet you as a petitioner beyond death's door. Alright, I'm getting really sleepy, because it is my bedtime, but I think we'll try to find one more... Oh, room, hello. What's this? Can I go in here? Okay, I don't know what this is. We'll come back to that. I want to explore all the entire hallway. What's my map show me? Oh, come on. Looks like a place to eat from like...
I'm gone.
Must be just another way in there.
Done.
Oh, are there no other rooms? Right, we have one more room up here. Though I don't see any words flashing above it, but we'll still check it out.
All right.
And then we'll check out that other room. This has been quite interesting. So we found out about the Blood War. We learned about petitioners. And how...
I'm gone.
Well, how what you do in this life will determine what happens to you in the next, and there's nothing in here. Oh, hold on, there's a single person here. Oh, Kisai. Or Quisai. This is the fighter trainer. This is a life-size granite statue of a gentleman standing with his arms at his sides, his eyes closed. It is of excellent craftsmanship, exquisitely detailed and incredibly lifelike. So much so, in fact, that you find yourself wondering if it's really a statue at all. Greetings! Are you Quisai? The statue moves, barely, almost imperceptibly, but it definitely nodded. Can I ask you a question? The statue remains as silent as ever. Hello? There was still no response. Let's wait. Still no response. You get the sense that Quisai might be testing your patience. I'll keep waiting. We have a lifetime. A minute passes, and Quisai has still failed to respond. Wait quietly for a few more moments. The statue's eyes open. He gazes at you with cold, gray eyes, and speaks ponderously, with a voice like two boulders grinding together. There's no way I can do this. Your patience is noted. Quisai would speak with you now. Do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? No. Another question for you. I have questions about you. After a period of silence, he speaks. Ask. Who are you? I am called Quisai. What do you do here? Quisai meditates. Quisai also trains others in the arts of combat. What is it that you meditate upon? Quisai meditates upon the way of stone. What is that? A philosophy. A method of combat. With it, Quisai seeks to achieve invulnerability. Invulnerability? You'd be unbeatable in combat. Yes. Now, the way is not yet perfect. Quisai will make it so one day. Quisai knows this. Can you tell me of what you've discovered so far? Quisai nods. No one has asked Quisai to share his knowledge of the way. Quisai shall do this now. He begins to speak at length, slowly and carefully.
Updated my journal.
We gain a bonus to armor class. After hours of listening and many, many questions, you come to understand what little of Quisai's way of stone he can teach you. In combat, you will use it to resist and deflect your enemy's blows, improving your armor class. Thanks, Quisai. Farewell. Nice. Another -1 to our AC.
How may I help?
We're now at -4. Awesome. Okay, so I guess that's all that's here. Let's go to the cafe and see if there's... I'm assuming it's the cafeteria, and see if there's anything to do there. I love the music in this place. I wonder where it's playing from, though. Oh, well... I forgot. I'm sorry. There's a music in every location we've been to. Nothing causes the music to play. It's for us, the viewer. The player of the game. Not being played here. Inside this location. Well, it is being played... You know what I mean. Oh, well, I assumed this was a cafe. Doesn't seem to be. Hello, miss. Okay, this is the same thing as before. Let's see what place this is. Fest Hall room clerk. The attractive young woman smiles pleasantly. Something I might help you with, sir. Well, how would I get into one of these rooms? You'd have to be a member of the Society of Sensation, sir, approved by Splinter. He's just inside the entrance to the Fest Hall, if you'd like to speak with him. Could I rest here, though? The Civic Fest Hall often rents out any unused chambers by the evening. You could certainly rest there, should one be available. Shall I check a room for you, sir? No thanks. I don't need one.
Done.
So these must all be locked. I guess we can't enter them unless we're a member of the Society. Let's try really quickly. Oh, we can walk in.
What's up, Chief?
I think.
All right.
Unfulfilled desire. Sure, well... Oh, she's talking to me? Hello? The woman before you is incredibly attractive. There's some intangible aura about her that makes you want to speak with her. As you step up to her, she glances at you coyly, then gives a knowing smile. Oh, this is bad for us. Greetings. We have a high charisma, though. We can combat her cute with our rugged good looks. You want something, yes? She hisses the yes, drawing it out slowly, sensually, from between her teeth. I can help. Name your desire, and I shall provide it. I love the Fest Hall. Woman ignores Mort, her eyes locked with yours. She smiles, awaiting your response. I don't really want to get Anna angry at me. I like Anna. She's feisty. I can tell that she has a good heart underneath all that brazen, tough thug-ishness of hers. So I'm not going to desire her. And I have a hunch she's magical, or I have a hunch that she's a demon or something, so I'm not going to say that. We have some decent weapons. I don't really need another one. I don't need any magic items. We have plenty. I'm not going to ask for magic spells. I'm going to ask for my memories back, because this seems like a good thing we would do. I think I'm intelligent enough, smart enough, and wise enough to resist her, so let's do this. I want my memories returned. All of them. She smiles. Much may be forgotten in a lifetime, and much more in several lifetimes. I can help you. She studies your face closely. Explain to me the ways in which you want these memories. Speak to me of your craving, and I shall speak to you of the price. Describe the way in which you want your memories back. What proof do you have that you could return them to me? She doesn't seem to move, but suddenly her hand is touching your forehead. A finger dragging along your temple. Only this. You feel as if the fog in your head has become peeled away, briefly enough to catch a glimpse of remembrance. Before you can focus on the memory, the fog rolls back in. Only this. Only tell me why you desire it. Speak to me of your craving. I shall speak to you of the price. Describe the way in which you want your memories back. As you speak, her smile fades and she leans forward attentively, her eyes ravaging your features as you speak. Her presence compels you to speak more than you normally would, and after a few moments her eyes flutter close as she gives a sharp intake of breath. Suddenly, the desire for your memories begins to wane. Your want slowly drains out of you, leaving only a sense of cold emptiness in its wake. She opens her eyes again and as you stop speaking. What is wrong, traveler? Do you no longer want your memories returned to you? No. I mean, yes. What have you done to me? She seems perplexed. Whatever do you mean? Despite her innocent demeanor, you're certain something unnatural has occurred. She has somehow siphoned off some part of your desire, stolen it away for some ghastly collection of wants, or perhaps to feed upon. Had you finished speaking of your desire, you're certain it would have been lost forever to you. Come now. Is there something else you want, then? Tell me of it. I'd best not. Farewell, unfulfilled desire. Wow, she is dangerous, and I fell right into that trap. That's awesome. I won't talk to her. No. That means everything I want, she'll rob me of it. That's interesting. Let me see if there is something else I can actually talk to her about. Okay, so let's see. You see unfulfilled desire, who seems to collect or feed upon the desires of others, removing them forever from their minds. She smiles when she sees you. I had some questions. She frowns, looking away for you for a moment. Knowledge. Such a thing I do not seek to deal in. Surely you have some other want, some other need you can speak to me of. No, I don't think I'll be sharing those with you. Farewell. Maybe this will prove useful in the future, that we know she can do this. Oh, hello.
I'm gone.
Do I have the knock spell memorized? I do. I'm curious. And she's leaving. Just a handful of coins. Oh well. A large ornate bathing tub. And she's walking around outside to steal everyone's everything. What a fascinating creature, though. Oh, that's wonderful. Ah, the ideas this game has, it's simply amazing.
Alright.
And I'm gonna fall for every single trick like that. Here I was mentioning how I'm smart enough and wise enough, and yet there I go, talking to a demon about something like that. Or whatever she is.
Locked. Locked.
And this...
Alright.
Oh, we just used our knock spell as well to open what I think was a locked cabinet.
Locked. I'm gone.
Okay, we're not getting in any of those rooms, and there's no reason to. Alright, so let's talk to the gentleman outside and get to the sensory stones and see if we can access them without becoming a member of the sensates. Sensates? Senasates? Technically, it might fit the Nameless One, since he needs to experience as much as possible to recover his memories.
I will hear your path is mine.
Lordum addressed by your command.
What's the word, Chief? Sure, why not?
I'm listening. Very well.
I'm gone.
Hello, Splinter. Splinter regards you coolly as ever as you approach. We welcome you once more to the Civic Fest Hall, Traveler. How may we help you? I have a question for you. I would be pleased to answer what questions we can, so long as they pertain to the Fest Hall or the Society of Sensation. Alright, how can you help me, Splinter? We do many things in this fine hall, Traveler. We answer questions guests might have regarding it or its inhabitants. We direct both visitors and members of the Society of Sensation alike to the sensoriums or lecture halls. We also accept new members into the Society. Lastly, it is through us that purchases from the Society's vaults are made. Spells, items, and such. Actually, I had a question first. Is there anyone here who might know about Ravel Puzzlewell? Splinter closes his eyes and thinks briefly. We would recommend that you speak to a wizard by the name of Quell about Ravel. Quell is always somewhere in the Fest Hall, most often in the private sensorium. How would I get there? You must be a member of the Society of Sensation. I'm not sure if my charisma is high enough. I might be able to bluff. Worst case happens, he slams his axe into me. Let's bluff. But I am a member, Splinter. I simply have not been here for long. Oh, wow. Let's do this again. But I am a member, Splinter. I simply have not been here for a long, long while. I've gathered many experiences in my absence, as many as the scars upon my body. Technically, it might not be a lie. I might have been a member of the Society at one prior incarnation of mine. He narrows his eyes, humming as he looks you over. Very well. We shall grant you access to those privileges allowed only to members of the Society of Sensation, if you can show us what sensations you have gathered recently. Alright, I'm ready. We would ask for 5 sensations then, each pertaining to one of the body's senses, or a single experience which has strong elements of all 5. I'd have a single experience to contribute, then. I woke up, not knowing where I was, on a cold, blood-slicked iron slab in the bowels of the mortuary, a place where only the dustmen, or the corpses in their care, have seen. Splinter nods. Go on. My entire body reeked of embalming fluid, but even the smell of that was not enough to match the coppery scent of gore around me. Dozens of bodies lie on countless body slabs, like the one I rose from, all in the process of being gutted, flayed, and the like by nightmarish clockwork devices for reasons unknown. The only sounds were the squeals of labored metal and the unsteady tread of undead workers as they pushed the slabs about the mortuary on rusted iron tracks. This sounds like a nightmare. Wow, I'm really embellishing this. This is wonderful. He nods. A disturbing experience. I even left out the part of the chattering skull that flew at me as soon as I was upright. Will it suffice, Splinter? Yes. We welcome you back, Traveler, and grant you access to those privileges allowed only to members of the Society of Sensation. Thank you, Splinter. I have a question. How can you help me? I would love to buy something from the Sensate Vaults.
I feel stronger.
And we leveled. Wonderful. Okay. Oh, that's right. We have this, by the way, everyone. I'm sorry. I identified this at some point. The Fanged Mirror of Yeser Ira. I will have to... we'll have to look at that when we're done. He obviously won't buy it, though. Let's see. Do I have anything for sale that he'll buy? No. Mort does not. You do not. Oh, they don't buy things here. They only sell things. Okay, what do they have, then? Clot charms, heart charms. Charcoal charm, identify. Are they more expensive or are they cheaper? I can't tell. It's been a few days since I last played. I can't tell if these are cheaper here or more expensive. Scroll of Power Word Blind. A level 8 spell. The power of sight shall be removed, and darkness shall enter. The spell blinds up to 100 hit points of creatures within 15 15 feet radius per level of this caster from the specified target point. The blindness spreads outwards from the center, afflicting creatures with the lowest hit point totals first. Those with more than 100 hit points are not affected. The spell effect's durations depend upon the number of hit points affected. If 25 or fewer hit points are affected, then the blindness lasts for a long time. So the more hit points are affected, the less time that the spell is in effect for. Individual creatures can't be partially affected unless all of its hit points are affected. It is not blind. Okay, you have to pass all of it. So if there's 3 creatures with 40 hit points each, only 2 of them will be affected. That's a lot of money for just that, and I'm not interested in it at the moment. Besides, we have Mechadus Cannon or something like that as an 8th level spell. We did level, though. We gain... Oh! Only 3 hit points. That's right, we're only going to gain 3 hit points per level because we are a mage, not a fighter. We gain 1 characteristic point, though, and our spell memorization abilities have improved. Maybe we will go back to being a thief for a little bit. Alright, we get a point to place somewhere, and I said wisdom. It is done. Your wisdom surpasses that of mortal men. You gain a substantial bonus to all experience points gained. Next point will go into charisma or int.
All right. Done.
Okay, well let's keep talking. Splinter. Can you show me to the sensoriums? There are 2. The public sensorium, where visitors may use the sensory stones for anywhere between 10 and 50 commons, and the private sensorium, where only members of the Society of Sensations are allowed. You can reach neither of them yourself. We must take you there. Take me to the public sensorium, then. Why not? Lots of guides here. This is probably a good place to stop playing, though. So we will... Oh, I really want to start all this. This is amazing. But I can't. I need to get to bed and go to work tomorrow. So thank you for watching, everyone. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.